quiet, sit still in your seat. You probably heard that many times from your kindergarten teacher. Whether you were on all fours watching an ant march across the floor, or you were pouring milk on your sandwich to see if your bread could soak it up, your teacher's sudden outburst probably left you feeling scared, angry, or ashamed. What if instead your classroom had an insect observation station? What if it had a place where you could experiment with liquids, or even better, experiment with food? What if instead of shouting, your teacher silently watched you experiment and listened intently as you excitedly recited your discoveries? I'm here today to tell you that such an environment actually exists. In 1906, Dr. Maria Montessori began developing an educational environment which utilized a child's natural curiosity to present information. In her 1912 publication, The Montessori Method, Dr. Montessori stated that she designed her methods on one fundamental base: the liberty of the pupils in their spontaneous environments. By which she means the children in her class are allowed to make discoveries. This environment exists, and I've seen it work. Montessori spent her life spreading her educational methods across the world, and according to the American Montessori Society, there are over 4,000 certified Montessori schools in the United States today. I attended a Montessori school from the age of 2.5 through 4th grade, and I taught in a primary aged, that's 3 to 6, Montessori classroom for over a year before moving here. My entire life I've known the Montessori method, and I could talk to you all days about the various methods and benefits, but instead I'm going to focus on what I think is the core reason for the Montessori method's efficacy. It develops independent children. The Montessori method of education develops independent children by fostering self-regulation, self-care, and self-confidence. So, when you learned math, were you sitting at a desk looking at a chalkboard, or were you playing with beads and building towers? In traditional classrooms, even the youngest children sit in desks, receive lectures, and recite what they learned on worksheets and tests. Montessori teachers do not lecture, but instead prepare an environment that is beautiful, captivating, and full of the information that she wants her children to discover. The students move freely about this prepared environment, sitting wherever they like and using whatever materials they please. You may be thinking, how could you possibly let a group of young children do whatever they want? Wouldn't they run wild? How can they focus on their work when they won't even sit still and listen to me? A 2010 work entitled A 3-Year Study of Self-Regulation in Montessori and Non-Montessori Classrooms found that Montessori-educated children scored higher than traditionally educated children in 9 areas, including needs less adult supervision to resolve conflict and are more likely to be proactive in using problem-solving strategies when engaged in cognitive tasks. Which is to say, these children can typically resolve interpersonal and academic problems on their own. This same study found that among participants, 70% of non-Montessori children said that playing with Legos, cutting paper, and playing in the sand were their favorite kinds of work, whereas 80% of the Montessori children responded with academic examples, such as addition wheels, learning about reptiles, dynamic addition, and work with the bead chains. The conclusion that we draw here is that Montessori materials have the same captivating qualities as Legos and sandboxes. However, in a Montessori prepared environment, these qualities are utilized to teach. This results in focused, motivated students who can work independently. But working independently isn't always easy for children when they're living in a world built for adults. Remember how hard it was to do anything when you were small? Mirrors and sinks and even toilets were up too high for you to reach. Forks, knives, and spoons were all in a drawer above your head. Broom handles were longer than you were. You had to ask for adults to help you with everything. Adults would pick you up and wash your hands, slice up your hot dogs, and sweep up your messes for you. I did it all by myself moments made you feel proud and empowered when you were little. But when you were living in a world built for grown-ups, those moments came far and few between. That's why each Montessori classroom has a section called Practical Life. The Practical Life sections are populated with personal hygiene items like toothbrushes, hairbrushes, sinks, and mirrors, cleaning items like brooms, sponges, towels, and motor development tools, including work to practice with zippers and buttons, cutting fruit, and pouring water from pitchers into glasses. Items in the Practical Life section must be small enough for children to use properly, and must be placed such that children can access them at any time. This work is central to the development of independent children. As the Montessori World Educational Institute describes, Practical Life activities give the child an understanding of his environment and how it works. This work builds the child's self-esteem, making him feel of value. Children in Montessori classrooms get to feel the pride and power of "I did it myself" every single day. When children take care of themselves in their classrooms, they become confident in their ability to conquer any task. Self-confident children will help others learn. One of the core structures of a Montessori classroom is multi-age grouping. Primary Montessori classrooms consist of children aged 3 to 6. Over this period, children remain in the same classroom with the same teacher. As students gain experience in self-care and discover exciting ideas, they develop a strong feeling of self-confidence. Confident children will come to help younger children learn. As a 2014 study of Taiwanese Montessori achievement test scores states, because Montessori schools group children in multi-age classes, younger children benefit from the older children. Children in Montessori classrooms more effectively develop their social skills and exploration. Confidently passing along knowledge is the ultimate form of independence. Children who grow up in a Montessori environment receive the gift of independence. They regulate their behavior, care for themselves, and feel confident for the rest of their lives. So next time you interact with a child, try to give them a little of that gift. Let them kneel in the mud to look at ants. Let them zip up their own coat. Let them experiment with their environment. That experience very well might stay with them forever.